Yo, good morning, people. Good morning. Welcome to the stream, everybody. So, today we're gonna be watching NQ futures. We're gonna be trading NQ live using the DTFX strategy, right? So I'll explain exactly what I'm seeing, and we'll go over, the zones and stuff. But currently, on the outlook on the market is really interesting to say the least. But yeah, welcome everybody. Good afternoon, lazy bones. Welcome. Oh, I got the stream open somewhere. Okay, yeah. Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. We'll get into the TDA in just a second. Let me switch to the live. Okay, so yo, from New York, don't blink. Yo, I'm walking it. Yo, welcome everybody. So we got a Red Bull today, a sugar-free one, but we got a Red Bull today, which we are gonna use to its full potential. I do have yo, Rush, welcome to the live stream. Oh, this is so good. So without further ado, let's do the top-down analysis. We don't have a lot of time. We have 15 minutes until market open. So, on the daily, all right, just taking a glance at the daily. I know it's a little bit hard to see. We have the previous daily low over here. We have the previous daily high over here. So these are kind of our two targets for the day, right? We can mark both of them as PDH and PDL. So I'm gonna mark the PDH, the PDL down here, but just the way structure has been forming. Yeah, so you see a double top is forming at the 4-hour, so you could see some bearish price. Now, why am I expecting bearish price? Going lower, we do have a candle here, right? And lower, right? We have a zone, right? Now this zone isn't just any zone, this is an MM. Now this is a zone with multiple mitigations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 taps on this zone. This zone is now beginning to weaken, right? So we can expect after the run of the PDH a tap into the 50, possible retracement, and a sweep trade lower. Now why am I expecting a trade lower after the sweep? I mentioned in my TDA on Discord that yeah, I am expecting a sweep to deliver. Now if we just fib the previous 4-hour swing, I'm gonna go to the 4-hour so you can see, yeah, this is the previous 4-hour swing. These are all lower time frame swings, 1 hour, 15 minute, right? These are all part of the lower time frame. I did mention that I want to see a tap, right, of that 50% trade lower back into the range. Now you could see a tap of the 70 and that double top that we have over here. So areas that I have marked for the top side are this 889, 769, and 156, right? With that 70. Because yo, Russ, good morning. But yeah, as you know, with the swing count maturing, this is 1, 2, 3, fourth swing. With the fourth swing, we expect price to dig into the higher levels of the swing, right? Not just the 30, not just the 50, but also the 70. So that 70 can yield you a trade back into that range. We also have, yeah, that MM that we talked about. Now down here on Friday's live stream, we did talk about the low, right? That's the partial mitigation to the flip. If we do open up and have a violent move down, I'm not gonna expect any of these levels to hold, right? If we do have another crash like we did the previous days, I'm just not gonna involve myself in price. But overall, this is the PDL, which I am expecting to be swept. Let me just get rid of the hourly low. That 996 level, that 30. Yo, JQ, welcome to the live stream. I do have a 4-hour imbalance here that's just in line with that 30, right? So that's why I have this line drawn, right? After that sweep, I am expecting a trade back into the range, right? Back into the range. Yo, let's get these payouts, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But overall, we are just in this daily range. So whenever you see a breakout of that range in either direction, you could see a trade back into that range, right? Overall, I don't have any levels here on the lower time frame in the middle of the range. I wouldn't really get involved in price action here. We have just been steadily climbing and then rejected from that flipped on the lower time frame. On the 5-minute, there was a flip. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, so this is that low. We got us trading lower. I think there was a 15-minute. Yeah, it sucks because it's not clear. We had this gap, right? We had this gap. Yeah, essentially this was the 15-minute. We could get a rejection on market open, but as you saw in backtesting with market opens, right? You never want to leave a limit here. You never want to leave a limit here. Yo, Winksane, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. That's basically my outlook on price today. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing fine? Are you guys trading any funded accounts right now? What are you trading? I'm currently on the way to a payout, which I am still debating. You know, I don't know. I'm bad with names, right? There's so many names going around, but someone from the chat in yesterday's live stream really made me think, right? With Apex, right? I have the legacy accounts. I can obviously scale, and I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna skip the payout on Apex. I'm gonna take only on Tradeify. So I'm gonna milk Tradeify and I'm gonna scale Apex, right? I'm not gonna be taking any payouts. Let me just open up the chat. Hey, cool. Past the 150k. Hey, let's go, JQ. Let's go. That's good news. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. That's what I want to hear. Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't have a light. I totally forgot. So, hey, GG's in the chat. GG's. Let me just connect Trade of 8. I'm close to my first payout. I've been eligible before and I blew it a couple times before. Hey, whenever you're gonna get that eligibility again, make sure to take it. Looking for a 3k payout. Hey, all of you guys getting paid. Let's go, baby. Hey, that's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. So yeah, this is a zone that you could see a potential rejection from, right? This is NSNDR in this downtrend. Now with market open, the market's gonna open in 6 minutes. You don't want to have a limit here just standing, you know, waiting for that market open to sweep you. That's such good news. I love it. I love it. Yeah, overall, I'm just waiting for that break of either the PDL or the PDH. I'm not gonna be in here in the middle. I'm not gonna be taking any trades, most likely. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to, you know, force a trade here in the middle. I would rather wait for something more concrete. So hey, let's go. We're gonna be, yeah, probably now. Let me look at Forex Factory. With Forex Factory, Iran's foreign ministry SPOX. We have no talks with US currently. No date or venue. So nothing serious. Let's check the calendar. So we got PMI at 4. Okay, so at 10 a.m. we got PMI at 10 a.m. So that be mindful. Let me just paste it onto the chat. So you got PMI at 10 a.m. right? You want to be mindful. You don't want to have any trades at exactly 10. Okay. That MM you marked sending YM to all-time high, no all-time low, I guess. Hey, that MM is quite a zone. We did on stream, we did call out this 315 level, which just tapped. But both of these levels down below on Wednesday, right, delivered. Like, look at this. Let's see the low of this. Oh, I can't even see the low. Never mind. But yeah, the 631 level, the 987 level, and the 810, which was right the tap. So as I can see, right, this is why I'm going for all-time highs. Okay, so yeah, I saw ES going for all-time highs too. Yeah, we gapped up with that 1 hour. Yeah, with the 1 hour MM sweep, we ended up trading higher. Now we can reject from these areas up above, so 581, right, 581 to 50, I would be looking for a rejection on here. Oh yeah, definitely because we also have this, and this is an MM. You could get a rejection here, most definitely, or the 70. But if this does get swept, you could see that 50 and then go for all-time highs. Say no more. Yeah, we got yeah, a lot on the agenda, right? I don't think ES is necessarily going for all-time highs just yet. This is the structure. Now we had an inner low here, inner high, sorry, inner high. We broke that. We tapped into that S&DR. Let me mark this S&D. This was the thing that we tapped, but didn't tap the 50. Get it? Yo. Let me go. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, exactly, I don't think ES is looking for all-time highs just yet. But this is just my outlook on price. Yeah, let's head back to NQ. NQ is behaving a little strangely now. Just before market open, it's printing red candles. So with this, us trading lower, it would be 3 swings on this time frame, right? So 1, 2, 3, and that, you know, trade lower would essentially mean, yeah, we can't go for the highs, right? And we can be stuck in this range, but I don't think we're gonna be stuck in this range for much longer. Yeah, interesting. Let me just mark out that low. I think today might be a high volatility day just because of all the talks with Iran and stuff. You know, Trump may actually just do something. You know, because you know, they had the talks. There was theory about talks. You know, that the Iran is speaking with the US. And then the Iran came out and just said, "Yo, we ain't got connection with the U.S. at all. Like we ain't doing no talks." You know, Trump may feel like, you know, he doesn't have the power, or, you know, his ego took a hit. They just straight up made up that they're doing peace talks. So whatever that does to the market, right? Whatever that does to the market. We got people in the highest places lying to us. Just benign. Okay, let me just mark these a little better. Now, as I said, do not have any limits here, please, for the love of God. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to hear no stop filled. Yeah, okay, so we have market open. 9:30 is around. We don't want to have any ladies screaming in our ear. Yeah, let's look at this. This is our previous low, right? This is the low that we want to go below to give those 3 swings, like to make those 3 swings valid on the higher time frame, right? But the validity, I saw someone questioning about the validity of these swings, and I just want to say, go on the highest time frame, right? Look for a closure down below or up above. You see how these are all valid swings, right? They all have closure up above those bearish candles. Exactly, that's what you want to see, right? And the highest time frame closure, look on the 1 hour, these are just wicks, but on the 15-minute, right? On the 15-minute, they're perfect swings. So look for these closures. I don't believe we have any MMs here that price might, you know, play around with. Yeah, no. So smooth sailing from here on out. Yeah, I wish you luck, guys. I wish you luck trading. You know, as always, you know, follow your rules. I'm currently not looking for any trades. I am still looking for this to go lower, though. I am looking for it to go lower and then higher, right? I said that I am bullish. Like in the Discord, you guys saw me say that I am bullish on price. Now, why am I bullish on price? Because, oh well, there are conditions to that bullishness, right? I want to see that low being set. I sent out a picture, exactly this and this. I want to see these lows. Also, just watching, it's free. Yeah, I know, it's free. Yeah, yesterday's backtesting session, yeah, the start wasn't the best, but damn, after we got, you know, that monster kicking in, yeah, the bad PA out of the way, it just, ooh, such a fire backtesting session yesterday. It got like 500 views. I was like, god damn. I didn't even, like, I didn't have the views open at all, and I was like, damn. But yeah, there is a small fractal here on the lower time frame, right? This is an SNDR on the lower time frame. I'm just not looking for any trades lower. Like, this has to close down below the 15-minute, but it still has like 11 minutes, 12 minutes on the candle. Thoughts on bounce from 178. Looks like a hidden S&D on 4 hour. 178. Okay, let me go into the 1 hour. 17. Ah, I see what you mean. So you want to see a bounce from this, I assume. Oh yeah, or the whole. Okay, yeah. About that bounce, right? Yeah, you could get it. I'm just looking for a PDL here, at least something. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the 4 hour, at the 4 hour. The 4 hour has 220. Let me see. 1 hour. The thing that I don't like with this is that we have a wick, and this wick got traded. It traded higher, traded lower, mitigated the wick, and then went higher. Right? Yeah, you can still see a rejection here. I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm mostly looking for the PDL and that 996 level before, you know, taking any longs lower. Don't blink. So I can't give you good news, but yeah, there is a double bottom here. There is a double bottom here that you could see price reject from. It's more so the fact that we didn't put in a new high, so that means that low is a weak low. That PDL is a weak low, and we are trading lower. That means that our targets, yeah, are the PDL. The narrative part of trading does tell us, yo, hold on, hold your horses, right? Not the best. Have to wait for, yeah, definitely some kind of confirmation. Yo, Kino, welcome to the live stream, buddy. Welcome. Hey, love to see you here, man. Let me go back to the 1 minute. Okay, so we are trading back into that zone, that lower time frame the lower time frame SNDR, but I did say that I want to see a closure on the higher time frame. So essentially, this wouldn't be the best of trades if you took it, especially, yeah, it just swept through in the entire zone. So these were 15-minute swings. Did we get a 15-minute closure? No, we didn't. We got a giant ass wick. So with that giant ass wick, yeah, that trade is invalidated. Yo, price not rejecting from a valid swing? Oh yeah, you mean, yeah, depends on what structure you're looking at, right? If you're looking at bearish structure, no, but if you're looking at this swing alone, then yeah. Let me just delete this on. I don't want you guys to take bad entries. It's not the best entry to take, especially with this still being in that range, right? I don't want to take trades in this range, like in the middle of this range. I don't want to get involved with price in the middle here. What's going on? Glad to be. Hey, glad that you're here, man. Glad that you. I hope everything's going good, man. You know, we got a lot of progress on my trading accounts. It's been going crazy. It's been going absolutely crazy. But the price is just melting through. Like, look at this V shape. This is a sweep over here. You could see price reject, right? After it sweeps, you could see reject back into the range. But as I said, right, 1, 2, 3, and then you can see a failure. Well, hopefully I said that. As I said, yo, JD, welcome. Yeah, it was JD. It was JD that said that with the Apex account. And JD, the thing that you said with the Apex account, hey, lovely stuff, man. I went like, I slept through it, right? And the decision, the verdict is made. We are gonna be going through with scaling the accounts. And the zone itself here, the one that we marked, did deliver. I just don't want you guys to be taking the Apex one, not the Tradeify. I'm not it with Tradeify, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, with Apex, this zone did deliver. I just don't want you guys to be taking shit entries, right? It doesn't make sense. Rather wait for a good one. Okay, I don't know with Blue Guardian. I haven't went over with the rules, but once I pass the 150k that I still have on Tradeify, I will go over and trade. I will get myself a 150k Blue Guardian account. I don't know how they are in terms of scaling. I didn't go over the rules at all. Right? I honestly, I didn't have the time. I was back testing today vigorously. But yeah, I'm gonna cop myself a Blue Guardian account once the 150k on Tradeify is passed, because I don't want to be trading like the PAs alone. It would be a waste of, you know, a waste of money. A waste of time. Yo, Savage Santa, you're welcome to the live stream, buddy. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, so that sweep, right? I had that sweep delivering. Now why? Because it was in an SNDR. An SNDR. Tap the SNDR to 50%. Traded below. Gave you a 1-to-1. I think it gave you a lot more than a 1-to-1. Forever Scale, have you ever looked into Take Profit Trader? It's basically a live account once you pass eval. Forever Scale, I have not, but let me check. Take Profit Trader. I did look into a bunch of prop firms, but a lot of prop firms just do not support my country. I don't know exactly where I can check that with Take Profit Trader. Get started. Did they have 150k accounts? Okay, daily loss limit removed for 50, probably 9,000 for the profit target. They have trade of 8. Now I have to go to the knowledge base because I have to check if they have so restricted countries, and I'm restricted. So with take profit trader, it's out the window. In your backtesting challenge you're doing in August, how much hours it takes you to go over one month of data in one day? It takes me like 3 to 4 hours if I'm really like really locked in. But yeah, essentially 3 to 4 hours. With this strategy, which prop firm would you recommend with this? Top Step, MFF, any? Tradeify though. If I had to pick only one, I would pick Tradeify. It's a good ass platform, and I really can't complain at all. We are currently in this swing. Did we tap the 50? What country are you from? Slovenia in Europe. They have strict regulations when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, the second swing, hey, once again, right, we had that failure to go lower, traded above that week high, tapped the SNDR, tapped the 50, and traded lower. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. With that, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. With the SNDR, especially with the SNDR, you don't have to worry about prop firm. All you have to worry about is your risk. Like, are you calculating your risk? For example, I have a risk calculator, right? I always calculate my risk beforehand, and I never go into a trade without calculating my risk first. For example, in this zone, let's take this zone for example. It's 120 ticks. So what I'm gonna do is put in it like the amount of dollars that I want to risk. Like, I have a consistent dollar amount that I risk. For example, let's say $300 on an eval. I'm gonna put $300, 120 ticks, and it's gonna put out the exact contract size on micros or minis that I have to take on the account to have consistent risk. So in this case, it's gonna be entry size 120. It's gonna be 5 micros, right? And I'm gonna be risking $302. Yeah, $300. It's perfect. But the lower time frame flip was all the way up here, and then we have these lower time frame swings, and then the higher time frame swing. Traded back into the range, into that SNDR, and traded lower. Really interesting stuff, honestly. This market open, I think we still have some downside potential. In terms of like, I don't think this might not be a flip. I am still looking for downwards. Either that PDH or PDL, right? I don't want to. How how much to risk? 5% of the 50 account. Yeah, how much you want to risk. It's based on your win rate strat, like your expectancy. If your expectancy is high, your expectancy is your R times win rate. If your expectancy is high, you can risk a lot. If your expectancy is low, you don't really get to risk a lot. But with me personally, I have a high expectancy, right? I have like an 80% win rate. And with an 80% win rate, I can afford to go from 300 to 500 on an eval, on a 50k eval. But that sweet zone for an eval is 300. So if I were to cop an eval right now, I would be risking $300 on an eval. That's an accurate calculation. Depends on how much caffeine I need to. Habibi, come to Dubai. Our facilities is waiting for you. Hey, I wish. Yeah, but I am looking forward to essentially one day have a company there in the free zone, because the way the taxes ran here, it's disgusting. And I do want to get out of this country. We are beginning to form an MM here, right? This SNDR, in the beginning it was only an SNDR, but now with these stabs, right, it's beginning to form an MM, right? So after that sweep, if you got a, well, we don't really have a good POI up above the short, but essentially, yeah, after that sweep you could see us trade lower. It did deliver a 1-to-1 again on the zone alone. Strange world. I wished to get to Europe. Yo, Europe is, it's nice, you know, for holidays, but you know, to actually live in here, like have a company here, have a family here, you really have to sacrifice a lot. Now if money is something that doesn't bother you, then yeah, but that's why we all do this. It's for money, and we can't, you know, lie to ourselves, because we are doing this for money at the end of the day. Very nice rejections from this zone. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I said, I would really love to see lower PA. Yeah, there is a I wouldn't like to say that is a flick, because on the 15-minute, just looking at the 15-minute structure, we are tapping in that that second swing. I'm not entirely sold on higher prices just yet. I want to see some more upside moving before I'm sold. Could be the 70 above that MM. Oh, could the 70 above that MM be a good zone? Now, essentially, this is the second swing on the current time frame. I can't say for certain that this is a good level to trade from. Yeah, the 50 is, but the 70 of the second swing, usually no. The 70 you're looking at when, for example, you have 3 or more swings, right? With the fourth swing, yeah, on the fourth swing, yeah, you're looking for the 70, right? It's kind of a target. I'm not trading the levels, you know, as a 70 to 30. I thought the stream died for a second. It said no data. But as I said, I wouldn't want to get involved in PA here. It doesn't look like A+ setups here. Again, rejecting from that MM. So after that MM sweep, you could see a trade back into the range. But yeah, John, a good question. Yeah, I wouldn't really see. Maybe higher, maybe the high, yeah. After the high is swept, yeah, then you could see. Because we still have an unmitigated area up above. Like this 50 up above, this is still unmitigated. Interesting how a Red Bull, right, doesn't give me such a high as a Monster does. And there's a lot less of it for the same money, which is absurd. Look at this rejecting from the MM. And as I said, I'm not entirely sold on higher PA. This, in my opinion, It does not look like a good long. Yeah, there is a flip, of course. We're not gonna ignore that. But no significant zone here, other than the fact that, did we fill the gap? We didn't even fill the gap. So, or did we? Hold on. Yeah, no, we didn't even fill the gap. You used the 500 million. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. But yeah, as you see, the gap isn't even filled yet. And there isn't a zone here that I could see price tap and propel it higher. Like over here, right? This for me is just in a current range. As I said, range from PDH to PDL. That's what I see the current price has. As you can see, yeah, there are levels down below and there are levels up above. You know, that's when I stay out. That's when I stay out. When I have obvious objectives for price and price does not fill out those objectives, I do not enter the market. I do not force a trade. I do not do anything. I sit on my hands the entire session if needed. If no objectives, no clear objectives were met, you know, for price, it was just ranging the whole day. Yeah, okay, cool. Next day, baby. But yeah, it is Monday. We do have news in just 8 minutes, so watch out. Watch out for that. We have PMI. Yeah, 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, and there's unemployment rate on Friday. Other than that, there is nothing. What about next week? Ooh, we got next week's CPI. Okay. We got CPI next week. So, with next week, well, the current week, I could see, you know, actual substantial moves. Yeah, there isn't any news, but, you know, Trump may say something at the middle, like on Wednesday. Trump might just say, yo, we just wiped out Iran, you know. But yeah, with next week on CPI week, you could see a range start to form. Look at this it just doesn't want the price to go lower. That's lovely. And yeah, of course, somebody might argue, yo, but Ziga, what is this? Yeah, also an MM. But with these overlapping MMs, I already talked about it. Right? You can use both. You can indeed use both. You probably got the same POI as well, right? With these overlapping MMs, you probably got the same POI. Other than that, I think it's more of a waiting game today. But yeah, so my plan with the Apex accounts is I don't know the current balance, like 50, 51, 600 or 51, 500. I don't know the current balance of the Apexes are to scale them, right? And I don't know the current balances. I'll check, but I have plans at that to 2,600 threshold to not take a payout at all. No payout. Not paying myself. And it's not greed, right? It's gonna be a calculated risk. More to say. Yeah, there is gonna be a high chance of me blowing them, because essentially what I'm gonna do is up the risk to 300, and then after another 1,500 of profit, I'm gonna up the risk to 450. And it's gonna be scaling up until 600, and at 600 then I'm gonna stop. I already made a whole plan. I can share it with you in the Discord if you'd like. But yeah, overall I did calculate everything, so it's gonna be doable. Like, it's doable, and it's 99% chance of success. But you know, there's still that lurking 1%. When trading prop firms, would you recommend setting up a business account with getting payouts? You mean a business LLC? If you mean an LLC, then yeah. I do recommend setting up an LLC. It's gonna be easier for taxes if you're paid. I can't say that, but it's gonna be easier when filing for taxes. Okay, so we got somebody in the Discord. Do not click on any links in the Discord. We have been getting those quite a lot lately. There was a guy just now. Let me ban this guy. Crazy. Yeah, LLC. I would definitely recommend you getting an LLC. Fast? What you mean, Rust? Yeah, so what I'm expecting with price here is a trade back into the range, right? But obviously we do need a POI. There is no POI here. We got moderators on patrol. Yeah, obviously we do need a POI to trade from. The paycheck is a good job. A good job from me. But let me see. Yeah, that high could be a potential target for price. Did we end up tapping to 50 over here? Let me see. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, this is mitigated, so this SNDR that was, you know, the initial one was mitigated. So the next POI you have is that high, right? And with that high you have that 50. But if this does continue to go higher, you know, obviously the 769 level, the 769 level is a good level that you can expect a rejection from. But ultimately, the sweep of the is where my money is at. I was expecting, you know, larger... Okay, never mind. This is 250 points. But I was expecting larger moves coming into this session. Especially with London. You know how London is moving nowadays. Like, London is making 100-point swings. Which is just crazy. I'm backtesting 2024. Like, just before this live stream, I was backtesting. And... you know, London has 10-point swings in 2024. Now it has 100-point swings. Exactly. So this is just turning bullish. This is what I said with, I want to see a move going higher to solidify that bullish momentum, right? So we have just swept that second swing high. So got a possible rejection at the 50. At the 50 here, but just looking at this volume here, crazy bullish volume coming up higher. But yeah, the 50 is just up above at 617. So the 15-minute, this is the protected 15-minute high. If we close up above that protected 15-minute high, yeah, then I am sold on the bullish bias. But again, this is still a range, right? It can come again to that PDH and then drop lower. Looks like there is gonna be a closure on the 15. So on the 15-minute, we have 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there was a closure on the 15-minute. Damn. So with this extension higher, I'm not really expecting the to deliver, right? This is an at the middle of the range. Like as I was talking this, right, at the middle, you could still see that move going down, potentially delivering. But the way that this is forming right now, you could see us potentially sweeping the PDH. I'm just trying to form a narrative around price right now. To maybe long or short. Just on the current outlook, it doesn't look the best to do either. Not even a setup that I would take on an eval. There's an origin with a partial mitigation up above. Yeah, the thing that we are tapping right now is an origin within a partial mitigation. Right? So that's 617 level that I was talking about. That is that partial, you know that high, that second swing high? That was a partial mitigation. Right? That 50, if you just look, right? This is the protected low, the 15-minute low. I was looking at that partial mitigation, like the second swing. We swept that, tapped the 617 level, right? That was my POI, the high and the 617 level. And now we're trading away from it. I'm talking about the origin of the highest circle. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have that marked out as well. And yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, there is still an outstanding origin here. At 665 level, if I'm not mistaken. At 666. Interesting level. I'm not sure about, yeah, so that 1-to-1 that I'm expecting is just down at 537. So with that origin, right? That would also be the sweep. I don't know if this is delivered yet. I'm not in an entry right now. But yeah, essentially with that 617, 618 level, I was expecting a tap and a trade lower. But still, that 666 level, I'm just gonna, hold on. Here we go. Just for you forever. Just for you. I don't know if this is delivered though. Let me check. Probably not, right? Yeah, 079. Not yet. They have that 1.5 hour or the 1 hour. Like these are the two targets, right? Of course, when I say short an only with a POI, I mean this. An actual POI that, price can trade from. Tap the POI and, give a substantial move off of it. Or, sweep it and give a substantial move off of it. Not just a random ass origin. That's not a POI, I mean a substantial move lower. Like this, right? Look at this. That's what I mean with look for a POI. And 1.5 hours is just down here. One hour did deliver, by the way. The 1-to-1 on the first swing delivered. It did. Yo, look at this. Yeah. So the 1-to-1 on the sweep, the entry that we were talking about, delivered. The 1-to-1 on the swing also did deliver. Yeah. I was looking forward for a little bit lower, since that would be that 1.5 hour. But with these entries, the most probable is the 1-to-1. The second most probable, like almost up there with it, is the 1.5 hour. Like it rarely delivers just a 1-to-1 without, you know, going like lower at 1.5. But you gotta time these things. Like you gotta have a zone that you're trading from, or a high or a low, or another MM. Like whatever. Yeah, this is beginning to look like a good bullish trend. So we still have that rejection at 666, right? The devil's number. And the sweep at 883. Let me check what other pairs are doing. YM, did it short? This is the 1 minute. Okay, 15. Okay, this is still in that range, right? It opened up, traded lower at 123, but we still have 955 as targets. These are our targets down below. It doesn't look so good. What about ES? ES, yeah, opened up. We did say we have a rejection here, so let's see if ES is gonna respect that MM. Let me check GC as well. So we have gold, right? We have gold at the at the lows. So you could see the bottom of the range, maybe sweep that low and trade higher, and then lower and higher, right? But you do have an MM here, right? That's what I say. You have an MM here. You can see it trade back into the range. Let's go back to NQ. NQ just not looking good at all today. But if we do trade higher, up above that PDH, and if we do put in an SNDR, like a large SNDR, like almost as large as this, you could see a trade like this, right? A 1-to-1. If it does come to that. Have you eaten Maggie? What you mean? Who's Maggie? Hey, you got me confused right now. But let me see the 1.5 hour. Yeah, the 1.5 hour, as I say, rarely does not deliver. Yeah, the 1-to-1, yeah, that's the most probable. But the 1.5 hour, I still don't get it. Something my mom would ask. What do you mean? What kind of questions are that? You have any targets here? No, these are just imbalances, right? On the 5 minute, there was a small imbalance here, rejecting from it. The 15 minute, currently, yeah, we did close up above here. Search Google Maggie. I know from The Simpsons, right? Or no? A common nickname for Margaret, Maggie Simpson. Oh, you mean what? Noodles? Maggie code. We're talking about Simpsons now on a trading live stream. You know what comes up when I search up Maggie? Look at this. What am I supposed to look at? Arnold Schwarzenegger or 2-minute noodles or the Maggie Simpson? Oh no, I haven't. Well, I did. Yo, Roro, welcome to the live. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Hey, if you're asking like if I have eaten, yeah, I did. Like before in my life. I think everyone has, to be honest. Mm, mm, flat candle top on several time frame. Where do we have that flat candle top? We gotta observe. You can't just say flat candle top on several. Let me see. A flat candle top, are you sure? 28629. 629. This got swept. 629. I don't see a flat candle top here. Is it just on NQ? Like MNQ? It should be yeah. But it got swept. I'm looking at MNQ right now. It got swept, right? That's no longer a target. But with flat candles, yeah. So you're trading more than NQ right now? I'm looking at everything. But I'm trading NQ. But yeah, with flat candles, I'm looking as targets when price is retracing, not exactly highs, right? When there's like an unmitigated high, like for example, in a high of a trend, I'm not looking at a flat candle as a target. I'm looking at a flat candle if it was inside that swing, right? Not as a high. I never saw a flat candle high before. Pretty sure. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, with the highs, I'm not looking as at flat candles. Flat candles are, if it was here, right? I would look for that flat candle. But you saw that closure up above, and I saw, yeah, there may be a bullish swing. Well, sorry, that this is starting to look like a good bullish trend. But yeah, with that swing, even though these swings are ugly, if we do trade up above it, it would be the exact same scenario as down here, right? We have the 1, 2, 3 traded lower, back into that second swing, right? These were 3 swings going lower and then went higher. We got the break of structure here. I wasn't sold like at the start, and I'm still not sold on longs, but at the start I wasn't sold on this flip, and this is me being honest. Like I'm not looking, because yeah, we had that SNDR, we had that second swing, no closure down below. But yeah, that did deliver beautifully. If he took it 1.5 hour, like butter. But next up is that 666 level at 28,666. It feels so wrong to say that, but yeah, the 666 level as a rejection before sweeping the highs. You would not believe what's currently forming. You would not believe what I'm about to say right now. Another SNDR turned into an MM. We got that SNDR now turning into an MM. Obviously rejecting from that origin. Now that origin is stemming all the way from the higher time frame, right? The 15-minute. But still, right? We are currently creating a double top here. And if this doesn't go higher, take out that high, you could see us dropping lower into that part of the zone. if this did go higher, you know, put in something here, I would consider this as an SNDR, like on the lower time frame. You see, this is that second swing on the lower time frame, and you can still see a rejection here. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to delete this line and this line. So currently this was that 15-minute high. So you could see that sweep, maybe that 666 level as the POI to give a rejection here. Possibly trade back into the range. Wait, we had news. We had news at 10. Oh, damn. Red folder news, by the way. We didn't even see. We didn't even see it on the charts. That's crazy. What happened? PMI. Crazy. I was hoping for a larger move. Like PMI, I don't even know why it's red folder. They moved unemployment to orange folder. I think they should do with that with PMI as well. So this moving up above this high would now create that third swing in this entire leg. Now, if this does close up above, if you want to long from this zone, go ahead. If you don't have this zone drawn out, because these zones are they do tend to be right. They do tend to be right. Now, where it's gonna reject from, when it goes higher, right? If it does a little bit like something like this. We don't know, right? We aren't gonna predict the future. We don't do that here. We follow rules and we trade our model. If our model appears, we take it. But this is looking like a nice origin to potentially get a tap from when we get lower. I was really looking forward to that gap fill. Didn't get it, which is fine. So we just swept that high. No closure up above. We got no closure up above. I think. Oh yeah, we got a closure. Never mind. Why am I lying to you guys? I just had it drawn the wrong way. We got that closure. Now, this down below that we talked about, this becomes now the third swing. With the third swing, now this is also the protected low. Not an MNQ. Yeah, I was looking at MNQ and MNQ didn't close up above. I was like, damn, no closure. But then I saw NQ and it was like, okay, wait, hold on. Because I'm looking at both things at once. You know, I have a wide screen, right? I have just on the left here, I have MNQ open, just in case. So on NQ, you're right, this is the protected low. So that 666 level, I will mark it out because you could see a possible rejection here, right? Let me see. Yeah, so that 6-6 level, hey, good eye. I think it was, who was it? Who took note of that 6-6 level? Because that's a really good level, really good eye. You know, it's an origin, right? The one that we, that I personally did trade in the past. A really good level in my opinion. And especially when you taking trades, for example, like in origin here, right? When you're taking trades like that specifically, you want to see swing count, right? You want to see swing count being met. Now, what do I mean with the swing count being met? The swing count being met means that you want to see at least 3 or more swings for a counter trend move. That's what you want to see. So 3 or more, right? That's what you want to see. And my phone's going off. Never mind. It was me, yo forever, the good one. Hi Zig, I have a question. If price is at bottom of the range, there is an MM. Would you consider that MM or an origin example is in the GC? I will check GC. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I know with that MM, I have talked about it right at the start of the at the start of the live stream. We have talked about this MM. I am looking after that sweep of the low a trade back into the range. But yeah, if you're asking if the origin would be a better trade just because an MM is there, that is also correct. And yeah, it is at the bottom of the range and it is a good long, right? It is a good long. Just it does suck because there was no new high put in. So essentially what that meant was, okay, this low didn't put in a new high, so it's a weak low. But after the that MM, there is an origin too. Yeah, there is an origin. Yeah, I think it's already mitigated. Yeah, this origin is already mitigated. So with that origin that's already mitigated, I'm not looking for another tap of it. With mitigated origins, with mitigated zones in general, I'm not looking for another tap and a delivery. Oh my god, so many lines. But yeah, I'm more so looking at the low to be swept and then a trade back into the range after that sweep of the MM. Yeah, I'm looking for the low to be swept. Yeah, all clear now. Thank you, Ziga. It's Ziga with 1G. Huge respect from Pakistan. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I gotta go on in queue real quick. The signal from Forever Scale is on. Ziga. It resembles something, a word that isn't the best. It resembles something, it's only one letter away. It's only one letter away. But yeah, essentially if you were shorting that MM, this would be a good area, like not a good area, a good POI essentially, for you to get that sell stop in, right? Also with that sweep. But it's with 1G. You know, you want to know how it's pronounced in Slovenian? You want to know how it's pronounced? Giga. Giga. That's how it's pronounced. It's so weird. We have these letters. It's not Z. It's a J. I know. It's crazy. I know. And yeah, it's not an S. It's a sh. It's like an SH, but it's a sh. It's like that. Boom. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? So hard to not think it. Hey, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I'm not offended by jokes, guys. I'm not offended by jokes. Shiga. Yo, that's crazy. Shiga. It's like it's not an SH. It's more of a with the target. I have to draw the target. Target is, oh, it's far away. 634. Okay, yeah, you see, now put that in Google Translate. Put that in Google Translate. But let me see if I do that. Google Translate. Oh, it's just, okay, never mind. Do English? Can I do English? I can't do English. Okay. Never mind. Shiga's, it's more like it's a she. Shiga? No, it's a je. It's prominent. Ooh, look at this. Dropping like that? Come on now, baby. It delivered? What? What delivered? The level? Oh, you had the different one. Yeah, we have the whole move. We have the whole move from the low to the high, not just the up move. From the low to the high. If you look on here, that's the up move. Oh yeah. Depends on which move you took, right? The 666 level or the 670 level. Depends on which level you took. So if it delivered, hey, props to you. The thing that I wanted to see was 643. Sorry, 634 as the target. I totally forgot to get live data on my chart. You know, if you have an eval, you automatically, or eval or whatever, like you automatically get live data. So nice. Like with Tradeify, if you have Tradeivate and if you link it to your chart, you get NQ data for free. I love that. Absolutely love and adore that. Hey, but oh, you didn't know? Okay, yeah. For your chart, if you have a Tradeivate eval or a PA, and you link that Tradeivate, like if you log in to into Tradeivate, sorry, into TradingView. If you log into TradingView, you will get live data for free. That's like the CME data, you'll get it for free. Yeah, I mean it's the same. It's not better. It's the same. It's literally the same data. So we got CME data. So for NQ, you're just throwing $7 a month away for essentially nothing. So yeah, the last up move was this. and the last move did end up delivering, right? But the origin, right, the flip, so I have this high, this low, closed up above that high. This is still ongoing, but this doesn't look too good. We'll see. We'll continue to observe. So how are you guys doing? Let me hear it in the chat. How are you guys doing? Are you profitable today? Or are you staying and sitting on your hands following your rules? Let me hear it. Oops, but the smaller one delivered. Yeah, the smaller one delivered, yeah. And if we were, you know, being correct, Dave at the start did use these kinds of moves, and I always looked at origins from the breakup structure, right? No trade here? Hey, that's fine. It's in the middle. Yeah, I mean, this would be the top of the range. But yeah. Sitting for a that's perfect. That's perfect. Obeying the rules, right? Obeying the rules. So we have the high at 699. A little bit itching to trade, but too close to pay. I'll just take whatever. Hey, make sure to now strictly follow your rules. And I'm being dead serious right now when I say this. Whenever you're close to a payout, you do not want to be taking random trades. It's only what you back tested. No testing right now. You don't want to be testing your luck right now. You want to test your system. So don't blink, hey. Don't blink when it comes to that rule following, okay? Don't blink. There's no apparent targets down below other than that partial mitigation. I had to remind myself that it's always going to be opportunities in the market. There is no need to rush or hop into a trade, just sit. That's exactly what I went over in the, you know, A+ video. You know, there's always going to be a next day. There has never been a day where you had to put in a trade. Never in the history of trading was there a day where you had to take a trade. High of the day, I don't. I mean, I'm not watching high of the day. I'm watching the PDH. High of the day would be this. That's 698. That's the high of the day. But I'm looking at the PDH. House of the track. Holy curveball. Holy curveball. No, what's House of the Dragon? It's a TV series. I'm not watching that. It does seem interesting though. I was like, oh wait, am I watching High of the... You see how locked in I am? I don't even know what it is. The first thought was High of the Day. Oh, prequel to Game of Thrones. Isn't Game of Thrones like hugely like it's inappropriate? That's the way that's the word that I'm gonna use, isn't it? Like, but yeah, still that high looks like it's gonna go. That what is it? 698. Just based on this. Yeah. Whenever we do this, it does turn out, yeah, like that. Set that third swing down below. I'm gonna mark it as yeah, I'm gonna mark with a fib. Let me see if it was a 5 minute. Yeah, on the 5 minute it's not valid. Why I'm struggling at that POI? Yeah, why I'm delivering that POI? What you mean? Why I'm delivering my POI? We had us trading away from 315, right? Shorting. So with NQ, okay, so it did end up sweeping that high. So with that high, you could see a possible rejection here because this is a zone between two highs. Oh, to continue up? Yeah, I know, because I have a POI there. You could see us moving lower from here. Not directly go for PDH. But again, market does what market wants. Giga rejection block. Yeah, I know. We got an origin just up above. If we do end up flipping here on YM, you could see that POI gets swept. We do have a zone here, any zone here. You could see small rejections off of. Yeah, and this is top of the range. Slowly making our way higher. Now where are we looking to go? Right, we had that tap and another delivery. A possible tap of the 50, a PDH sweep. Any trade back in? Oh wait, quick question. Which time frame do you recommend for trading DTFX? Normally do 1 hour, 15 minutes. On my lower time frame, would like to do 15 minutes. Yeah, you can do 15 minute, 1 minute. That's what I'm doing in backtesting. I'm doing 15 minute, 1 minute. So I'm going at the 15 minute, I see structure, right? I see, okay, from the 15 minute, you can basically see everything, right? These are the 4 hour swings. Okay, I can see rejection here, 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 right? Then you go, okay, this is our previous swing point. What can possibly occur here? And you go to the 1 minute. Okay, the 1 minute is slowly making our way higher, right? The narrative was higher. Okay, for example, this is an example. Yeah, you can do 15 minute, 1 minute, 15 minute higher time frame, but just make sure to do daily TDA. Make sure to do daily TDA because you want to know where you are, that you're not trading from a random place. So yeah, that 769 level up above, and with this trading higher like that, the possibility of us tapping that 50 at 578 is also greater. Let's see the 1 minute. Look at this. NQ just not the prettiest of charts. Yeah, why I'm still stuck. What about ES? Yeah, ES still making its way higher. Okay. At the 70 already. Look at him. Oh, we just swept the PDH. Okay. Now with that sweep of PDH, we obviously had a trade here. This was a really nice trade here. But what you could see is a tap of the 50, a delivery of a 1-to-1 before going to sweep it. I gotcha. I thought it was. You can do 15, 5 minute, and 1 minute. That's what you can do. That's what I do. Like I have a keybind on Forex Tester, which cycles through my favorite time frames. I have 1, 5, and 15. And I just cycle through them. Like I see, okay, is there a closure of 5 minutes? Is there a closure of the 1 minute? Right? That's exactly what I do. And you guys missed a good sale on Forex Tester. It was really nice. Like they were basically giving the lifetime accounts for free. Let me just mark out that level. Yeah, well, most likely I'm not gonna get an entry today. Otherwise, yeah, most likely not. I do need a 1 hour closure here. Up above. Yeah, that's gonna be in 20 minutes. I do need a 1 hour closure up above to maybe look for any longs. But those longs are gonna be inside of this entire area. You have this previous swing point just here that has been created, but most likely what we're gonna do with that PDH sweep is you know, tap a POI and then trade lower. I'll do another 10 minutes to see where price might be heading, and then probably end the stream, because I don't have an entry here. Sadly, guys. Sadly, I don't have an entry here. A good SNDR entry that, you know. Maybe this zone inside the third swing on the 1 minute, but that's literally the only thing that I see over here. And again, that's long in against a higher time frame MM. So yeah, mark out these levels on your chart. You know, the 883, 889. Yeah, this is basically the same level, right? Check ES entry. I will. Yo, hold on. ES. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Ammo. MO50. What does MO50 stand for? Yeah, ammo. Hey. We still, yeah, I did say that you could see a possible rejection here, but this is the top of the MM, right? This is the top of the MM, so you could still see. Oh, move origin. Okay, so the origin, yeah, probably from the lower time frame, because that wasn't a valid one. I mean, yeah, this is a spectacular move but done by ES. Crazy. Yeah, I was expecting a trade from the 50, right? From the 50 here, possibly tapping that zone and going lower. But again, not all of my entries are 100% win rate. Not all of my call outs. Pretty close though. Yeah, is this mitigated? No. You got a zone up above here. Could see a rejection here. It just sucks that the 50 is just right there. Yeah, he is just moving. 50 points. God damn. And look, after the sweep of the PDH, now it's gonna retrace. Yeah, this is probably gonna continue higher. All the way into that 769 level. I don't see a reason why not. So, not the best Monday. To be completely honest, not the best. But you do have this origin down below, so you can mark this if you get a closure up above, which we didn't. So look for an hourly closure up above here, a possible hourly closure. Yeah, that's about it for this session. If price has a change of heart and starts going lower, with huge bearish momentum, do not take 403 as a level, rather the PDL. If some, you know, news catalyst drops, you could see lower prices then. Other than that, you do have this area and this area. Yeah, currently this is a weak low. Like this low, the PDL is a weak low. But if you get an hourly closure up above, then it's not a weak low anymore. So you do have these levels if there is an hourly closure up above. So 578 and 403. But as I said, I do still see this, you know, going higher. But yeah, without further ado, no, I don't have an entry here. I'm not gonna pretend that I do. So it's probably better than that I just end the stream, and we're gonna see each other on Wednesday, right, at 9:15. Hopefully there's gonna be more entries. We did have this one. Hey, take care, guys. We're gonna see each other on Wednesday, okay? If there's gonna be any entries, I'm gonna post it in the live executions channel as always, okay? So enjoy, follow your rules, and take care, okay guys? Bye bye.